The most dangerous AI ever built wasn't GPT-4. It wasn't GPT-5. It was whatever came in between the version with no announcement, no trending hashtag, and no fancy launch event. OpenAI's GPT-5.5 is exactly that kind of model. And that's precisely why it matters. In software, 0.5 releases are supposed to be boring. Bug fixes. Minor polish. The digital equivalent of a fresh coat of paint on a wall nobody looks at. But in AI, something strange happens at the half step. Capabilities don't scale linearly, they threshold. You add a sliver more compute, and the model can suddenly do something it categorically could not do before. Not better. Just, suddenly yes. This exact thing happened with GPT 3.5. Technically a minor update. Practically, it was the model that launched ChatGPT and put AI into 100 million people's hands in 2 months, a milestone that took Instagram 4 years and TikTok 9. The 0.5 wasn't a footnote. It was the actual revolution, wearing a maintenance patch disguise. GPT 5.5 pushes harder into reasoning and long-horizon agency. If GPT-5 was a very smart intern who needed constant supervision, GPT 5.5 is that same intern who was now quietly running your calendar, drafting your emails, and has already filed your taxes, and you only notice because your taxes were done correctly for the first time in years. What makes this possible isn't magic, it's how the model handles chains of thought. Earlier versions would lose the thread on long tasks, like someone solving a jigsaw while another person slowly removes pieces from the table. GPT 5.5 maintains coherence over far longer reasoning sequences, which means it stops making the subtle logical errors that used to give it away. Add enhanced multimodal understanding, images, code, and documents processed together, and you have a system that doesn't just answer questions but navigates information spaces. It's the difference between asking a librarian which book you need versus having one who has already read them all, cross-referenced them, and is quietly judging your research question. Which, to be fair, is very on-brand for librarians. The benchmark numbers are almost beside the point. What matters is where this sits on the adoption curve. Every incremental AI improvement reaches more people, faster, than the last. GPT 5.5 isn't entering a world where AI is novel and strange, it's entering a world that has already restructured its workflows around AI assumptions, which means its new capabilities slot directly into existing pipelines without friction. The question people keep asking is when AI will be truly transformative. The uncomfortable answer is that the transformation doesn't announce itself. It doesn't come with a version number and a keynote. It arrives in the half-step, the point release where the model stops feeling like a tool and starts feeling like a collaborator. The entire history of this technology suggests the next threshold is already here. We just haven't looked at the changelog yet. Strip away the benchmark theater and three things don't go away: capability gains threshold rather than scale, adoption accelerates with every cycle, and the models that actually changed things were never the announced ones. GPT 5.5 follows the same pattern as GPT 3.5 before it, quieter than what came before, more capable than it should be, and already integrating into workflows that were built assuming it would exist. Long horizon reasoning. Coherent multimodal understanding. Chains of thought that hold together when it matters. The half step is the move that keeps mattering. The revolution wears a patch number. What strikes us isn't that GPT 5.5 exists, it's that the world it entered had already made room for it. No adjustment required. The pipelines were waiting. That's either a story about remarkable adaptability, or it's a description of how you stop noticing change, not because nothing changed, but because you accommodated it before it arrived. And that's the question we can't quite put down: if the next threshold crosses the same way, quietly, cleanly, without friction, would you actually know it happened?